respected Ramesh Prabhuji, my friend Shri Vikas Prasad, Shri Milin Borikar, Shri Sampath, Shri Subhash Patil, and all distinguished persons here. And you have seen the challenge regarding the Mumbai slum. I'll just I'll give an overview of the entire scheme within 5 minutes, and then you can discuss within next 5 minutes. We are trying to address the slum problem in Mumbai since 1972, 71-72, when the Slum Act came into force. The slum problem in Mumbai is not a recent problem. It existed since 1920 during the British time also. You can see this Matunga labor camp and then Dharavi, they are the slums during 1980 and 1920 and like that. So after independence, the slumification of this entire city was at a greater speed, and now it has standstill because other cities are also improving. They are providing the job opportunities, and you will see the culture of Mumbai. If you go to Matunga, you will find the South Indian people, they are settled there. Some part you will find Kerala people, they are settled there. Many parts you will find people from UP, they are coming and settled there. Bihar, they are coming from settled here. Rajasthan, they are coming and settled there. So all the corners of our country, people they try to come to Mumbai and search in a job. So the result is this. Now, how to address this problem? The first approach was to remove these slum dwellers and vacate the land and control them. So this was miserably failed. Then they were recognized by after having some humanitarian consideration, and then the Slum Act came into force, 1971. Then slums were census, photo passes were given, they were identified, they were listed, and then World Bank project was started, giving the loan to the slum societies and improving some facilities. And then after, in 90s, SRA Scheme came into force, Slum Redevelopment Scheme. And then after 1995, the present SRA Scheme came into force. So the decision was taken sometime in December 1995, and actually the work of this SRA started in the April of 1996. See, the problem is very big. When this scheme was launched in 1995, December 1995, the challenge was about 8 lakhs hutment structures and about 40 lakh people, they are staying in the slum. So that was the estimate. Now, after having, as on today, we are in 2014. So, after having about 19 years, what is the achievement? The achievement is that we built about 1,60,000 houses to address the challenge of 8 lakh within this time of span. And what is the growth in this slum? From 8 lakh, the slumification rapidly went up, and now approximately 12 lakh or 13 lakh slums are there in Mumbai. So as against 8 lakh, the figure is 13 lakhs approximately, and we could address only 1.6 lakhs. So look, the challenge. Now, how to address the challenge? How to address the problems? As of today, why the schemes are going slow? So number one, there are large number of, we are under the impression that only government land have been encroached by the slum dwellers. No, it is not that. In Mumbai, about 36 square kilometer land is under slum, and about 140 square kilometer land is under habitat. So out of 140, 36 square kilometer is under slum, and this 36 square kilometer, out of this, 20 square kilometer is owned by private persons. So that is the point. So even the private people, a private owner of that time could not save his land from the enclosures. That was the force of people to occupy the land and do the slumification. Furthermore, I'll tell you, the remaining 16 square kilometer land which is owned by the government, various departments, including the state government and the government of India, I'll tell you an example. A land owned by the military is also encroached. So military could not control this encroachment, and they have to lose the land. So in Santa Cruz, there is one scheme going on just opposite to airport or opposite to Wakola. A big chunk of land owned by military is under the slum. In South Mumbai, you will find large number of lands owned by Navy. They are under slum. So the force was that all these lands, they were encroached by Slum Dwellers, and now you see the city of Mumbai, how it looks. So the point is that the lands owned by the state government, we are implementing the scheme. The lands owned by the BMC, Mumbai Municipal Corporation, we do the scheme. The lands owned by the Maharashtra, we do the scheme. The lands owned by the private people, with the consent of private people or by purchasing the land by the developer, we do the scheme. But there is no scheme for the Government of India land. So this is a very big hurdle. So Government of India land, they are having this large number of military land, BPT land, Bombay Port Trust, and rest department land that is under the they are under the slum, but they don't have the policy. But now I think they are thinking, the new government is thinking how to come over, and they have the target. Every family should have a good, decent house by 2020. So they are considering this is very serious in Mumbai. This is one point. Why we are not addressing the problem in total, the Government of India land. The second most important thing is that out of whatever the slums are there in Mumbai, 25% slums, they are affected by the CRZ2. What is CRZ2? You see, I think you are not a technical person. I am also not a technical person. From the high tide, the point of high tide, up to 500 meters, this is the belt of CRZ around the Mumbai. So in CRZ2, this belt, just touching to the high tide line and towards 500 meters land worth, this area and the slums in this area, they are restricted by a limited FSI. So no scheme is viable on this CRZ2 land. Large number of slums. You see, the Varali Kolivada, if you go to Mumbai, South Mumbai by sea link, left side, you will see a large slum of Varali Kolivada, which is just not possible as on today's rules and regulation of CRZ2. So this is second point. The third point I am mentioning, the land owned by the private persons. I don't know in Mumbai what happened to that, but there are big landlords in Mumbai. Previous days there was this like Dinshaw, and then Wadia, and then Bhanduk Khod, big landlords. They were owning some 1,000 acres land, 2,000 acres land, 5,000 acres land, and they can't manage to control. And all these lands have been encroached by the slum dwellers. Now those people, private landowners, you cannot go and have a scheme, though it is infested by the slum, but you have to take a consent of the private landowners. And the private landowners, they are not either, actually the right to develop the land is priority with the landowners, but they have no skill as a developer to develop the land, and they are not giving to the developer for development of that. So there is a dispute of the private land, that is a major chunk. Now the foremost, see, we are having an airport in the heart of the city, Mumbai city. This is our international airport, Mumbai International Airport. And because of this airport, where we are sitting now, you have a height restriction. You cannot build a building of your choice of height. So the point is that large number of schemes, they are non-viable. When you land to the Mumbai International Airport or Mumbai Airport, you see large number of slums in Kurla, right? So all those slums, you cannot redevelop because you cannot build a. So what is our scheme? We are not putting a single buy. The government is not putting a single rupee. And whatever the rehab portion the builder built up, the equal FSI is given to him, and then the remaining FSI he built a cell building, and he get money and profit out of that. So under the funnel of this airport, you cannot build a building and to that height of building, then the scheme goes into TDR. Suppose you have a FSI of 10,000 meter, but because of this restriction, you can't use the 10,000 square meter FSI, and you hardly use some 5,000 or 6,000, and then 4,000 you have to sell into the market at the TDR rate, and the TDR rate is very small as against the area you sell by constructing the building. So that is a big hurdle, the airport, the height of the airport. And see, the furthermore, if the government of India, it takes I'll give an example. There is a COD depot in Kandivali. The COD depot is managed and owned by the military. Now, what the military says, see, this is our depot of having 200 acres of land. Now, after our compound, 500 meter, you should not build anything. So, they ring around their plot. So you cannot, you are not allowed to build anything. Again, that like CRZ2. So these are a large number of restrictions we are facing, and the foremost restriction, that is the dispute between the slum dwellers and between the contractor, between the developer, the non-performing developer, faulty schemes, schemes going in court, scheme going in various forums, and not going further. So these are the large, these are the problems what I mean to mention here. But now the government is coming step by step. As Mr. Ramesh Prabhu has told, the cut-off date for eligibility was 1195. Now the government has extended it to 11/2000. So what happens? Suppose there is a locality of 100 admit. So as of today, the 11/2000 is the cutoff, 1195 is the cutoff date. So out of 100 slums, 100 huts, if you survey the thing, you may declare some 55 huts eligible, 60 huts eligible, and rest they are not eligible. So thing is that 60 people you can rehab and 40 you have to dose out. It's very difficult to dose out these 40 people. So now the government has decided to extend the cutoff deadline. Now it is 11/2000. So by this way, we presume that some 15% eligibility will go up. So instead of 60, it may be 75. That is one point. Second, what the government has taken a decision. As on today, suppose I am an eligible person of dwelling in the hut of 1195 or even 11/2000, and I sell to somebody else. My hut I sell to somebody else. The purchaser is not eligible today because it is non-transferable. Now, but the government has taken a decision. If the hut is of 11/2000, it was present there, and now it is sale out or it is purchased by somebody. The purchaser is also eligible. Now the transfer cases, they are eligible. So by this way, we say that some 10% eligibility will go up. So by and large, after these two decisions we start implementing, the eligibility of a slum may go up to 85% or 90%. So remaining 10 to 15% non-eligible people can be addressed by a developer or by a developer, naturally by a developer, or we can dose out them. So definitely after having these two decisions, the scheme will go further. I'll give you one more news that the government of India is thinking very, very seriously about the CRZ2. The CRZ2 slums, the restricted FSI, now they are going to release it. They are under very active consideration, and our request is there. So they may, the new government may take a call on that, and they may decide that CRZ2 slum can be treated as a non-CRZ2 slum, and equal FSI can be given to them. So those CRZ2 slums will also come out. So these are the three big things what we want to push the scheme. And there are n number of our procedure again. These are the 3-4 major bottlenecks, but our office procedure, how to apply, how to submit a proper scheme, then how to go further, not to commit any mistake. Because the moment you commit a mistake, there are large number of slum dwellers who are opposing the scheme. They take the paper, go into the court, go into various forums, and make a complaint, stop the scheme for years together. So the very thing is that a proper procedure is to be followed, a proper scheme is to be taken further, and it has to be speed up. Now we are also thinking, not actually thinking, but we are also doing. Any ABC developer, he comes and drops the scheme to us. Now, the developer has to register. It should be a registered developer who can submit the SRA scheme. And then the category of the developer, like a civil contractor, you know, there is a category of a civil contractor, A category, B category, C category, depending upon his experience and his financial capacity. Likewise, we have also developed a model, registering of a slum developer. A category slum developer, he can do unlimited area of the slum, B category certain area, C category small area, and D category even small area, like that. So these are the things, these are the initiatives that we are taking. Now, you are saying that the scheme is going very slow. Say in 18 years we could only construct 1,60,000 houses. But I tell you, this is the only scheme in our country which could build these many number of houses. No scheme in 2000 transfer policy, government of India's land, environment clearance. If these things are happen, the scheme will definitely go. And by this, if all these points they are cleared and the people are empowered, I think that next 15-20 years we can see that Mumbai will be slum free. That is my point. Thank you very much.